Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lefty from 643 Productions in the Darth Empire coming at you here with another Black Ops sniping gameplay commentary. This is some six-man domination on the new map, or one of the new maps. Not new map, but First Strike DLC. I gotta stop saying new maps. There's a new map pack like right around the corner, and I'm still saying new map. But anyway, on the new map, or the First Strike DLC map stadium. And I don't think I've posted this gameplay before. Truth be told, my hard drive has gotten a little disorganized when it comes to keeping the gameplays that I have and have not used for commentaries, keeping them straight and keeping them from intermixing and whatnot. But I don't think I've posted this before. If I have, I apologize, but I really don't think I have it. And you know what, my stuff isn't all about the gameplay anyway. This is a solid game, I would say, but you know what? I had fun playing it. I hope you have fun watching it, and I hope you have even more fun listening to what I have to say. Anyway, before I get into what I want to talk about, I want to let you guys know that dual commentary with Snipinator just dropped on his channel. It's episode 2 of Yeah Buddy, a series we're going to be doing just a once a week dual com, or we're going to try to make it once a week, but a periodical dual com where we just talk and just talk about whatever it is that's on our minds. And this week's episode is special because normally when I'm recording either a commentary by myself or a dual com with somebody else, I have a point. I like to have a point that I try to get to, and once we achieve that, it's all downhill from there. We can talk about whatever else we want, but this one was the definition of freeform, and at the time, I'm not going to say I wasn't happy with it, but I wasn't ecstatic with it. But now, after seeing it today on his channel, I couldn't be happier with how it went, how it sounded, and even what we talked about. So go ahead and check that out. The link is going to be in the description. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. I'm really happy. I mean, the sound quality isn't the greatest, but we were both, it was just a quick Skype recording call. And that was it. Very minimal editing, I believe, on his part, because he did it all. But I was really, really happy with it. Really, really enjoy what came out on the other end, even though I wasn't particularly enthused about how it sounded and about how it felt when I was recording it. But you know what? Sometimes those are the best takes. When you don't feel right about it, you're a little bit on edge, you're a little bit more uppity, and you know what? It definitely worked out in this instance. So go ahead and check that out. The link is going to be in the description. I also want to take this time to thank everybody that showed up for the open lobby that I held yesterday. It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing. I had a good time. I hope all of you did as well. Again, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Lefty643. That's where you go to find out about open lobbies and live streams and all that. But I want to clear something up right now before I jump into the topic. Me having a Twitter isn't just for doing open lobbies. A lot of people think that that's all I do on Twitter, and if I don't do an open lobby for a set period of time, they start thinking, it's like, oh, well, why are you asking me to follow you on Twitter? You know, Twitter is a social media. I mean, I have a Twitter for as much of a reason as to let you know about open lobbies and all that stuff, as to allow you guys to interact with me. Send me questions, send me whatever. I mean, that's what I have a Twitter for, and I like to be able to do that and share information with you guys that I get, and get feedback from you on ideas that I have. It's not just to let you guys know about open lobbies. Sometimes I won't do open lobbies for a period of time, and I don't like getting tweets or messages. You're like, why aren't you doing an open lobby? Why am I even following you on Twitter? What? No. It's a social media. I mean, yes, you get to find out about those things, but there's other ways. There are other things that you can do with Twitter, and I hope, and I would hope that you guys would see it as a way to interact with me as much as it is a way to find out about open lobbies. So that's where I stand. Go to twitter.com/lefty643. Follow me on Twitter. Now, the one thing I wanted to get to, the big topic, I realize I'm not going to get all into it or get it all in today, but that's fine. The thing I wanted to talk about was the prospect of an MMO FPS game as it pertains to Call of Duty. I know people are still cloudy on what's going to happen with Modern Warfare 3, what exactly is going to happen. We haven't been really given any details as of yet. But I was in the lead up to people talking about Modern Warfare 3 and all these things. There was a lot of people talking about, I believe it was Sledgehammer Games, working on an MMO version, a massive multiplayer online version of Call of Duty, in which every player is inhabiting this same world of Call of Duty, and it would work, I guess, like a WoW for FPS, is the way I heard somebody put it. And I was thinking about that, and for a while, I mean, I'm really intrigued like that or about that, because I love RPGs. In any game, in almost any game, if it has a solid RPG element, I'm into it all the way. I just love, for whatever reason, I love the RPG element, and I like to be able to customize my character and build the character the way I want to, and do all those things. And for the longest time, I was looking for an MMO or an RPG FPS or RPG action game to suit what I wanted. And I believe there was an MMO put out, or it wasn't City of Villains. There was something else, but it had the action element, you had guns and stuff, but there was a lot of sorcery and fantasy involved. APB was another one, but that fell flat on its face with all the bugs and all the lack of testing. And I believe recently, a couple months ago, they finally shut down the servers after only being online for a couple months. So APB is down and out. And I was wondering, how are they going to... Because obviously the idea of an MMO FPS, in the Call of Duty canon really, really interests me, and I was wondering, how are they going to do that? How is that going to work? I mean, this is going to be, maybe this will just be like a little mini-series. I'm just going to talk for a while, and however many episodes or however many videos I can make out of this, that's fine. But this is just going to be, not necessarily I'm bringing you news or anything like that. This is just going to be thinking, and feel free to let me know in the comments what you think individually, and what you think about my ideas, because I think there are some problems when it comes to bringing the Call of Duty franchise and fitting that mantra and that stigma into an MMO/RPG kind of element. Now, first of all, I don't even know if there's going to be an RPG element. It just might be an MMO, in which everybody, you get the same rank up system, you get the same everything that you have gotten in the last few Call of Duty titles, but you're just in this world constantly, instead of just going from lobby to lobby. There's an arcing world that covers the time and space between matches. And I was thinking about that, and I wondered, how would that work? Because obviously, in order to do that, in order to set the player into a world constantly whenever they select multiplayer from the main menu, you're going to have to select them, you're going to have to put them on a team. Either they're going to have to select a team the computer or the servers are going to have to do it for them. And my thought on that is, you're going to run into a lot of problems, because everybody, not everybody wants to be, let's say, the Russian side all the time. Nobody ever wants to be, I'm using Call of Duty Black Ops here, but obviously it applies to anything. Nobody wants to be, I would assume, the NVA side all the time. Nobody likes having Ice Cube yell in their ear all the time. Although I do, because I'm kind of a fan of good rap. Not lollipop rap or whatever it's called now. That crap sucks. I'm talking about the good rap. But I'm wondering how that's going to work. And I mean, because obviously not everybody is going to want to be, want to select the option that makes them a part of this class for however long, or for the rest of their time playing the game. Not everybody's going to do that. And I wonder how they're going to get past that. If it's just going to be you got to hope that when you buy the game and you boot it up, there's enough space on whatever side you want. Otherwise, you're stuck with this. And then are they going to open it up for the possibility to change sides? Because obviously, this sort of mechanic is a must for an MMO type of thing. You can't just have people changing sides, and because that violates a rule that I'll get into later. And second of all, how are they going to get past, because obviously in Op4, if they go with a modern-ish setting, they're going to have a Middle Eastern, obviously if they're going to stick with what has been going on in the Call of Duty series as of late, they're going to have to go with a Middle Eastern sect. They're going to have an Op4, which everybody knows is just a stand-in for the Taliban. And are you going to be, is Activision, does Activision have the gusto? Do they have the, do they have the cojones to say, you know what, you're going to be part of the Taliban? When you boot up this game, it's possible for you to join the Taliban and fight for the duration of your multiplayer experience in this title. And I don't know about that. We saw what happened to Medal of Honor. Just having the name Taliban. Now, if you're going to, even if it's an Op4, I mean, there are still right-wing nut jobs, or just nut jobs in America anyway, that are yelling at Activision about the Op4 presence in Call of Duty. Don't just think that just because they're not named the Taliban, everything's coming up roses. They're still getting flack for it. Now, if you choose or the computer places you on the Taliban stand-in, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if they have, again, if they're ready to deal with that. We saw how EA folded to the wills of the fundamentalist retards in this country. Now, I don't know is Activision different? I don't know. They have labeled themselves, or they have started to build themselves as a bully within the community, which in dealing with some of the Treyarch developers, I understand that completely. But, you know, I don't know how they're going to do it. Anyway, there's a lot more I want to get to. There's a lot more things that go into this. I'm really intrigued by the idea of an MMORPG. Again, I know Modern Warfare 3 has even yet to be announced officially, but you know what? This is the kind of thing I like to do. So anyway, be sure to like up the video if you want this to continue. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to, again, follow me on Twitter. Just go to twitter.com/lefty643. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Also, check out the Dualcomm in the comment or in the description below. Again, that's the Dualcomm I did with Snipinator. I was really happy with it, and I had a lot of fun recording it. Anyway, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.